Everybody, how's life treating you? This is your daily insight on life and love. It's actually the weekend insight. So this is for May 16th and 17th of 2020. It's also timeless. So wherever you're pulled to it in time, let me know what brings you here. It's general, it's collective, so if it doesn't resonate, don't force it. You can either let it fall away, ask for clarification, or you can book your own personal reading. I do have a sale going on, so go ahead and reach out and ask about it because it's been a lot of fun. And if you hear anything in the background, it's probably the kittens doing their best job being kittens, going crazy and play fighting, because that's what they do. I'm being guided to kick this reading off with Work Your Light Oracle cards. So I'm looking at the cards because I do an intuitive pull. Sometimes I'll only have a few cards. Right now I have quite a few. Unbound, releasing soul patterns, contracts, and past lives. Feeling the intensity. Soul family, call in your tribe. You don't have to do it alone. Answer the call. What is your soul calling you to do? Birthing a new age. Birthing new creation. Dreaming a new world into being. Anna, grandmother of Jesus, which is the seeding of light, laying foundation, and divine plan. Deep replenishment, retreat, rest, be held. Mirror, who or what is triggering you. Starseed, what lights you up. Pillar of light, your vibration is rising, you're an oracle. So this is a pretty intense time, as it has been, which is not surprising at all. But this is saying that even in our seclusion, and even in some places coming out of some sort of lockdown, you're being told to sit with your pain, feel it, understand it, try and see where it's coming from. Learn to dance with your pain. Don't deny yourself this experience. It's absolutely more than acceptable to seek out support in this, because I feel a lot of you are sharing the same type of anguish, pain. And why is this happening? Why are you being so triggered? Well, if you're going to go to a new ascension and be on a new vibration and allow yourself to heal, transcend all of this traumatic BS that you've endured in this lifetime and previous lifetimes, you're going to have to face some of your shadow. And, you know, I keep talking about shadow. This is phobias, fears. Well, phobias and fears are really the same thing. Misplaced issues that really have no congruency to your reality. So this is all coming up to really free yourself of right now. It's like, I don't know if you've seen how things can be under a glass dome, and you can see right through it. You can see the freedom of the exterior world. You see the clear dome, and you see this encased world. Right now, you are all breaking through this dome. You're hitting the glass, this clear, transparent glass. You're in this dome, breaking out of it, and you're going into this freedom of a new world. But each time you smack it, you are met with a new pain. But you can't give up in this one, because this is your freedom on the line. There's no going back to just settling in your dwelling. This is saying that, okay, yes, your vibration is rising. You can't have your ankles chained to a world that you are trying to fly. Well, you're not even trying that. You're flying away from. Something has to be lost, and it might as well be your baggage and the chains. So what is coming up to be triggered? What is actually something that has happened in this life, or something that has happened in a previous life? So sometimes we bring in phobias from previous lives. Like out of nowhere, I suddenly had a phobia of underground water tunnels. Just on one trip to Disney, I found this out, didn't even realize what was going on. What is a fear that has nothing to do with this life that is coming up to be transmuted for you? And also, let's see, the trigger. Okay, don't close yourself off like you have when you were coddling yourself in the past, because you weren't adequately surrounded by that support. Allow yourself to retreat, let your guard down, and show some vulnerability to people who aren't going to marginalize it or brush it off. I feel like this is a huge freedom of expression time for you guys. So we have Anna, the grandmother of Jesus, which is laying the foundation, where everything is stemming from. This is a huge divine plan. Everything is up in arms. It's chaotic, and yet in the same time, it is soothing, it is calm, it is quiet. Life is truly a paradox. This is laying a new foundation. When things are crumbling, when they're blown out of proportion, when they're up in the air, they start to settle on the ground. And when it comes through with all of this emotion, it starts to lay this new foundation. Everything melts together, and it's used as something that you can build off of, something that is no longer part of your house, but part of your past story. It is your soul's evolution. You're calling in your tribe. This is not only you building your new foundation, your new sense of self in a house that you are constructing every single part of your soul room. You're building an empire with your soul tribe. This is really the dawn of something magnificent and massive for you. So, as I was saying in the beginning of this, in order to release soul patterns and debts, karmic ties, and issues with past lives, and even issues with this life, maybe it's in this life from a chapter that you no longer resonate, but still for some reason carry with you. This is going to be something that you're releasing, and you're going to allow yourself to have help with it. This is really beautiful. This has been a constant. You're being made new. It's beautiful, as it always has been. You know, I love how this was seen in the last few years coming into play. Even, this is just what I know of. Something massive coming into play. Well, here we are. Living it out. Did you ever think that this was going to happen? Where are we going to now? Healing. Okay. New love and soulmate. And I want the next one too, which is freedom. You are sticking out. Release and surrender. Of course it's release and surrender because it's a punk. Retreat. Another card about retreating. And music. And I want this one too. Romance. Jesus H. Christ. Okay, this is reminding me of a comment that somebody put in yesterday's video. They said I remind them of Phoebe from Friends. I've been hearing that since 1994, since Friends came out. It's not anything new. It's so funny though, because I used to hate it and reject it when I was younger. That, and I've been, the other ones are Lana Del Rey and Phoebe from Charmed, which I never watched Charmed. I don't even know which one Phoebe is. Anyway, so that's funny. The whole Phoebe thing was from Friends was triggered by these cards, which some of them were in yesterday. But the other ones has just been a constant on TikTok, which has been really amazing. Oh, if you are a new subscriber, make sure that you like, share, and you hit the bell for notifications. And I hope that you enjoy the show. And if you have any questions, go ahead, find me on any social platform. Ask me questions about my current sale, but definitely say hello and let me know where you are in the world. I'm in Dutchess County, New York, and it is such a beautiful day. Warmth. We have a lot of love coming in, baby. So this is definitely dealing with deep-rooted soulmates. Not every one of them clearly is going to be romantic, but this is saying that romance is in the air for so many of you. If you're already with your counterpart and things have been, strained recently, it's not you, it's, working through ascension with each other. Of course, I'm never telling a person to stay in an abusive situation. Please take that into account. But if you are single and looking at reconciliation, this is talking about coming into a new relationship with ascension. If it's with an old partner, the ascension has made you guys new. You guys might as well talk to each other as strangers and get to know each other because things are incredibly different. You can reminisce about the old times, but things are really different right now. And if you're looking at a new partnership with a divine counterpart, This is going to be something that's based on freedom, where you guys create this magnificent world together, this own little world where there's no codependency. You guys have no conditions for your relationship that resonate with society, but you find your own tune. Music is all around this. You're finding someone who sings your soul song and follows your tune. This is a very collaborative piece for you guys, and this is something where there's trust, there's freedom, there's no question about where anyone is standing in this, and their communication is completely up and open. There's nothing held back in any of this. You guys are free to come and go, but you want to know, every time that you guys look at each other, it's a renegotiation to stay. I don't see you guys ruffling each other's feathers or a lot of triggering going on. I think that a lot of triggers have been happening in recent times, which is why in this moment so many of you are feeling that funk. It's not fun. These ascension years have been the biggest pain in the ass that I could have imagined. But this is what's coming into play. Love, unbridled passion. Yes, this is good. This is good. You gotta let yourself go so you can experience this. Again, you are retreating, sitting with your pain, learning how to dance with all the ebb and flow of it. It's a huge outpouring for you. So coming out on the other side of this and going out of your comfort zone, letting your angels guiding you to let your freak flag fly and experience things that you've held yourself back from in the previous years, even incarnations. There's no persecution at hand right now. This pure, divine, innocent love, Cupid is about to strike you on the arse. The arrows are flying. They're gonna land exactly where they're meant to. These kitties, I swear to God. And you wanna know what? As soon as I'm done recording, they'll be conked out. You wanna know why? Because I've noticed that animals and children and other human beings who happen to be around, as soon as a recording button hits on any device, it's a sixth sense. And, they're drawn to it like a moth to a flame. But as soon as, you hit the stop recording, no issues come about. They're good to go. They got their answer. All right, these signs cannot get any more in your face. Stop asking for a sign upon a sign. Stop doubting what's gifted in front of you. Accept the gift as it is. Oh my goodness, I knew that was gonna come out. Just because you fit into certain places in your life doesn't mean that you belong there. And you know that. And it's dull, and it's uncomfortable, and it makes you squirm underneath your skin. You are being pushed out, but it's in an incredibly loving way. Look at this situation for what it is and trying to push you onto something even greater. It's not for you. And you know, it's not all of the external factors, the factor party either. This is you not being able to connect with them either. This is a co-creation thing, and the vibrations are butting heads and pushing against each other, and they are pushing away. This is what you're experiencing. It's shutting down and it's closing off because it doesn't fit, and it wasn't meant to fit forever. So breathe. Try and take the stress off of you. Try and see this as an adventurous time in your life. If you let go of this fear that everything is going to fall apart and just see it as the adventure for what it is, it's going to take the edge off, and you're going to be able to breathe easier. You're not going to smash your face and just completely fail at everything. No, there's no failure. But the signs can't keep berating you with the same message. You've got to step up and listen to it. Follow exactly to where you're going. It's like I've said in previous videos, when I was contemplating a person in my life, whether it's a lover or a friend or a situation, I would put the question out into the universe. 10 out of 10 times within 3 weeks, while thinking about this situation randomly at one point in the 3 weeks, I would hear that U2 song, Still Haven't Found What I'm Looking For, and no joke, in less than a month later, the entire situation has changed. And I haven't been hearing that outside of connections when thinking about reconciling with somebody from a long time ago. And that has even been pushed into the back. So follow the signs. Life can't keep beating you with the same signs. You got to learn how to listen. You are totally here and totally aware of it. Why are you still doubting it? What is this block that says that you can't trust yourself or your soul's navigation? Follow it. This situation that you have been contemplating and stuck in and trying to reason with is not meant for you. You have to establish your responsibility for being part of it as they are them, and lovingly allow this to dissolve the way that it needs to. Again, you can fit in all that you want. It doesn't mean that that is where you belong or that's where you are thriving. You're going to find your tribe, and it's going to be work, but it's going to be easier, and it's going to be something that vibrates truly with you. You're finding home, and it's with love. Learn how to be love. Be in the receiving end of it. You have the messages in a bottle reversed, and breathe. Actually, even though I know this card, I need to read this card. I've been periodically having to read from the books that, I don't know why. Some of you need to hear this cluster of words. So which card is this? 2. Okay, so we're going to read the message. Have fun with this. This is a time of calculated receptivity as you gracefully await what is coming to you. Ready to accept it when it appears. Yin does not involve dreams or even resting, but rather consciously allowing things to flow to you. Poised to receive the bounty that will be made available to you, it implies sensitivity as you alertly study the actions of others and contemplate how they will affect you and yours. Remember, you must make space for miracles to appear. Be the shape, not the shaper, and you'll see how quickly your dreams manifest. God, this reminds me of a Bruce Lee video that I saw on YouTube last night. It was in my my main page, because I never really actively look out anything Bruce Lee unless it was Brandon Lee, because let's be real, in The Crow, and even before he died, he was gorgeous, and I was a 6-year-old thinking that, I like that. Yup. I was watching a Bruce Lee video, very short, and it was saying, be like water. When a water is in a cup, it becomes the cup. When water is in a bottle, it becomes the bottle. When water goes in anything, it becomes that shape. Be like water. Be mutatable. Be adaptive. It's a really incredible time for that. That's, again, surrendering and allow yourself to be part of the adventure, because something pretty amazing is coming for you, and you are making the space for it. Where are we going to next? I already went to you. I'm not going to you again, even though fuck it, I'm feeling it. The Priestess. How are you being called to step up and lead? I came here to lead, not to read. The Crumbling. The Warrior Woman. I don't care what your gender is. So, have you answered your deepest calling, and what are you clinging on to? Why are you clinging on to this? Is it this, God, what's coming to mind as I'm saying that to you? Okay, in these shallow pools, like a pool hall or something, and you'll have the shallow end, and you see a kid struggling, they're kicking their legs in the air, and the lifeguard's looking at them going, stand up. That's basically what's happening here. Have you answered your deepest calling? What are you clinging on to? You can stand in this. You can be empowered. You can move forward with this. How are you being called to step up? Very plainly, they are calling to you. What's not aligned? Drop the in alignment. If it doesn't align, it doesn't mean that you can't love it still, but you can't cling to it as if it is your rock in a wave or in waves, in oceans, in some sort of white water issue that's going on. No, you have complete control over this. You can stand in this and letting go of the crumble. It doesn't discount anything. You can still love it, but you have to create space for something bigger and something more prosperous for you. It doesn't mean that you don't love or had not loved what you had walked away from. It doesn't mean that the care wasn't there. All there is to love has been there all along. So we're going to go and finish this off with the Archangel Raphael healing cards. So this is do more research. Look into it. Pay attention. If you're getting a sign or a synchronicity, look into the symbology of it. Have faith that you are not being left to flounder. Improving health and inner authority. Yeah, your inner navigation system. Trust it. This is all about you trusting yourself and having faith that you are not screwing yourself over in this. Avoid things that aren't matching up to you and look into everything that is going on. Pay attention. You are getting better, mind, body, and spirit. You are ascending, mind, body, and spirit. You are being pushed to your personal greatness, mind, body, and spirit. You are so incredibly loved and encased and coming out of your cocoon and emerging as this amazing victor. There isn't a soul on the planet who doesn't crave your approval. Your treasure is at hand. Sure, you can always find prettier, handsomer, skinnier, wiser, richer, younger, zippier, but more often than not, one learns the most, laughs the loudest, and smiles the widest with those they've already found, especially when they stop looking elsewhere. Actually, zippier's on quite a few lists. And then we have the only difference between a friend and a foe is one you've decided where love can grow. Where can love grow in your life? Where do you have to stop feeding into it because it's not growing love, it's growing a spiritual cancer? I really hope that this reading made sense. Again, it's for the 16th and 17th of May of 2020. It's also timeless, so again, wherever you're pulled to it in time. Let me know if you want to book your own personal reading because I do have a sale going on. And let me know if you have any questions or comments about this. I really look forward to hearing from you all. I love and appreciate you so much, and thank you for showing up. I'll talk to you soon.